Aries, and thank you so much for joining me for the August of 2021 tarot reading with Animal Totem. This is Vickieverlie, the rock and roll prophetess, and I'm so happy that you joined me. Before we start, who I am, I've been doing readings professionally in the metaphysical field for over 30 years. I do tarot, I create decks, I do channeling, writing books, all sorts of things. You can find out more about me on the website. This is a reading for Aries Sun sign, Aries Rising, and Aries Moon, and this is for the month of August of 2021. We're going to be using for the main portion of the reading the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, one of my designs. Then we'll follow it up with a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, also my creation. If you are a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be 3 additional cards pulled from. I might just let this one come through anyway because it stayed, the Ten of Pentacles. But there will still be 3 additional cards pulled from the Circle of Life Tarot after for our Patreon level 2 people. Okay, so there's a lot to get into this Lion's Gate this month, a lot of powerful energy. I have previously already shuffled these cards thoroughly in between, and now what I'm going to do is a very loose shuffle to just allow the cards to fall out that are meant to be for our Aries Sun, Rising, and Moon friends. We've got the Knight of Cups. As I do this, look at the cards, see if anything resonates with you. That's why there's all this writing and stuff all over these cards. If the word stands out to you, even if it looks like, this is for Aries, even if it looks like it's something other than it really says, or the shape reminds you of something, or you're drawn to Ten of Pentacles twice. You guys are looking at some money here. If it just reminds you of something, you know, let that happen. Because that is the way that your spirit guides, angels, and everything can come in and give you a personal message for the general reading. You guys are... Okay, Aries, we're back with this. I had to get the camera slightly adjusted. And if you're watching this early on Patreon, I'm probably just going to skip the intro. But this is the spread for our Aries friends for the month of April. I do want to make another quick announcement before we really get into this reading, and that I am opening up for the Libra Ingress readings for a limited time. So I know many of you have been asking about that, so you can find the details about that on my website. But let's go forward. What gets me is the Ten of Pentacles flew out of that, was left on the table, and you have the Ten of Pentacles again. So many of you are looking at some kind of a money, like could be big money. This Lion's Gate, now this is on that new moon on the 8th. So we have a new moon on 8/8. And it's also that Lion's Gate time when the it's a big portal that opens every year. It has to do with the star of Sirius, the Sirius star rising, and it has to do with Orion's belt. And you know, without getting way into it, it's just a very powerful time for manifestation for everyone. And with you being the Aries, it's in a trine. So it's trining your sun sign, rising, or moon, or whatever you're watching. It's trining your Aries planets, and if you have planets in Leo, it's also, you know, hitting right on those Leo planets for you. So very powerful time to manifest anything you want, and it certainly looks like there could be a lot of money coming your way. I'm going to put big money, I think, as your headline. I'm going to write that down really quickly. There are other people involved, though, and none of these people are you, by the way. We've got these court cards. We've got the Knight of Cups here, and then we've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Now, these are gender-neutral readings. There's no specific gender in any of these. But if you just resonate that male or female, you can go that way too. It's going to be an individual basis. But we have all the elements except you. So I feel like you're the final component. You are the final piece to the puzzle because we have water, earth, air, and what's missing is fire, and that's you. You're the fire energy. You're bringing that fire. I might put that bring the fire because that kind of sounds cool too. But that's what's coming through for you, is that you're bringing the fire. You're bringing the energy. I feel like I want to put my Fool's Gold over here, my Pyrite over here by these Ten of Pentacles for you guys. This also just reminds me of the Sun and the Leo energy too. So I'm going to bring this down into the space. So what's happening, the central issue, besides we have the Ten of Pentacles showing up twice, so that's that large sums of money, potentially, the central issue is the Seven of Cups. So we're making our dreams come true. It's a collaboration is what's coming through from the guides. We're having a collaboration, and you're collaborating with, everything's involved here. We're all collaborating together. And if we've been in a space where we haven't been able to get along, where there has been like arguing, fighting, butting heads, disagreements, coming up against each other, then you're going to see this resolve, and we're going to work towards a common good. This is a common good or a common goal. This is also coming through very strongly. In the past, there may have been some bad blood for some of you. There may have been a situation where you felt like you had to walk away, and you may be, because of your past experience, you may be looking at this with apprehension, thinking, I don't know if I should go down this route. I don't know if I can trust these people. I don't know if I want to deal with this situation, you know, a group situation, because you Aries, you're very individualist. You're very much individuals, and you're very single-minded. You can be very single-minded individuals. So, but this is going to be a time of collaboration, and that Lion's Gate is super, super strong for you guys. Looking down here, too, next to these 10 of Pentacles, you have the 5 of Pentacles. And again, this is like walking away from an opportunity. Usually, because see how they walk right past the money in the window, and they're impoverished or feeling not good enough. But sometimes it's like that. Maybe you don't feel deserving, but that's not the vibe that's coming through. I want to tie it back to this the 5 over here. We've got a couple of 5s going on here. 3 of 5s. We've got 3 elements, and we've got 3 5s here. So 555, what happened in May 5th? You might want to look back to that May 5th date for some of you. There's also some astrology stuff that was going on back in May. I can't recall it at this right moment, but it came up if you want to. I looked at it in the last astrology for everybody reading. I think it was the full moon. You can look back if you're interested, but the details it's going to be different for everybody. So it could be a hearkening back, and they said hearken too. There we go, hearkening back to this 5-5 energy. But what it is for me, I feel like it's not that you don't feel like you're not good enough to me. It's like you just like, you know what, I've seen this before. I don't want to deal with it. I'm just going to walk on by. And I'm hearing that song, walk on by, da da da. What is that? I think it's Dionne Warwick, maybe. It's like an older song from, you know, like the 60s or 70s. But Walk On By is coming through. But I don't feel like, they're not saying you should walk on by. I feel like this might be your mindset. You say, oh, whatever. You know, I've seen this before. Yeah. Like it's a lot of, you know, you've seen this before. This is nothing new. You know, I know where this is heading. Well, you might be surprised. It might not be heading where you think it's be heading, you know. It's funny that I just said beheading. Because that's the term also, I'm sure you know. 6 of Cups is here. 6 of Cups is capturing some happiness from the past. So it could be a few things. It could be, maybe you're like, well, I'm going to walk on by because I tried this before and it didn't work out for me. Well, it could be very much different this time. You know, you could be going back, this opportunity, this money thing I wasn't planning on pulling a card. You know, it would just stay behind, so I looked at it. So it was really wanting to come out for you guys over here, Aries, this 10 of Pentacles. And it's, you know, we got confirmation and it's showing up here again. So, 6 of Cups could be like, yeah, it's this old thing. I know what that's about. I'm not going to go there. Slow down. Slow your roll here, because it might be different this time. Very likely could be different. The second thing that this could mean, it could mean in addition to that, so it could also mean that you've done that before and, you know, been there, done that. But it also could be probably more likely this air sign person, but any of these people. These could be people or friends from the past. The word reunion is really standing out to me along the top here. And again, you need to allow that to happen with these cards. Let those words pop out at you. That's how you can really get some cool messages. So I feel like there could be a reunion with some of these people. It could be a reunion. It may not be a reunion on let's get the band back together, you know, or yeah, that kind of a reunion. Or it just might be a class reunion or a family reunion or something that's going on this year, you know, this summer for Northern Hemisphere people. Or it could just be, you know, you just run into them or you hear from them or they friend you or, you know, LinkedIn you or whatever, you know. You know, you get a message on social media or become aware of them through social media somehow. That's how the reunion could be. Yeah, let's get the band back together. Those are always funny, aren't they? Well, anyways, let's go on to and get our animal totem card for you. Again, reminder, the Libra Ingress reading is going to be available. Always these Ingress readings are my most popular readings throughout the year. It's an astrological check-in. It's a snapshot of the energy in the upcoming season, and it's a psychic reading as always too. So if you're interested, you can check that out below. But let's get our animal totem for our Aries people for the month of August of 2021. What is our Aries? Stingray. Yeah, Stingray is a really powerful totem. It's very powerful, but it's also really graceful. The stingray is powerful. You know, it'll sting you. It could kill you, potentially. But when you see it, it's graceful. It's not like, you know, a hippo or a bull charging towards you and they're just going to rip you to shreds. It has this grace and elegance. And it's not, I don't think stingrays are, you know, looking for a fight or are just, you know, aggressive necessarily. They go about and mind their own business, but they can sting you, you know, if things go wrong or go awry or whatever you want to say. Elegant, electric, fluid, deep. Unwavering persistence, ambition, responsible wielding of innate power, maneuvering gracefully through life. Yeah, responsible wielding of innate power. I think that's got to do with this energy right here, because, you know, you're a very powerful sign, Aries. You are. You know, you're one of the most powerful signs in the zodiac, for sure. But, you know, you don't, sometimes you think before you act before you think, you know, so let's, again, slow your roll. This is going to be, it's different this time. That might be, it's different this time. I might put that as your headline, because it is, in the most positive way. It's different this time, like it's, you know, all the people that are surrounding you and coming together at this divine moment of this Lion's Gate energy, you know, they are coming through to make, you're all going to collaborate. It could be a divine collaboration. I might put that as, I mean, I got so many good ones coming through the divine collaboration. That sounds nice. It all sounds nice. This is a very favorable spread, you guys. But the only thing that may be holding you back a little is your own, if you were going to walk on by, you know, don't walk on by. Stop and take a look. Real quickly, before I wrap it up, if you're going back to school or you have kids going back to school, please do check out my notebooks and journals. If you're picking up some journals and notebooks to write with, they're all available, and you can find that link below. They're all featuring, you know, my original artwork, and they turned out, they're 8 by 10, nice and large, and they turned out really, really sweet and really great. Also, for many people have been asking, I've been getting into this interdimensional art. And prints are available, and I made a little video that's going to be tagged down to the end. So if you're interested in finding out about the interdimensional art and how you can order prints of it, it's got powerful energy in it, I believe. I feel it, powerful energy coming out of it. But again, if that's something that interests you, you can check that out. Don't forget, if you are a Patreon level 2 subscriber, I was going to say survivor. Isn't that a weird? Well, if you're a survivor too, I guess. There's going to be the 3 more cards coming up here from the round Circle of Life deck here. So tune in for that. You can all find all that information below. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me in the form of liking and sharing and commenting, all the things, supporting me through purchasing my various wares, my decks, my readings. And don't forget about that Libra Ingress reading. You know, all the things that you do to keep this channel going. I'm so grateful. And the things, again, that don't cost anything, like hitting the subscribe button, because people say all the time that they can't find me anymore. So if I'm lost in the algorithm, the way that you can make sure that you find me is to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content. So thanks so much for stopping by today. Have the best month ever. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Hi everyone, Vickieverlie here. Many of you know me as a tarot reader on YouTube. While I've been reading tarot for over 40 years, I've always been involved in various avenues of metaphysical exploration. As a lifelong musician, I've always known that the music I was writing was coming through me, and that I was connecting with something higher than myself during the writing process. It wouldn't be till years later that I could put a name to it: channeling. I realize now that I've been channeling music and receiving channeled messages in the readings all along. Although I have written lyrics, I never really seriously applied the process to writing until 2012, when I wrote my first metaphysical novella, Starseed, A Pleiadian Tale of Love. The writing of this book was so filled with synchronicities. There were things coming through based on historical facts that I had no way of knowing. By the end of the book, it was clear that I was just taking dictation as the story unfolded in my mind's eye. Several years later, in 2019, I followed up with a full-on channeled book, The Transmissions for Humanity, Book 1, and the transmissions show no sign of stopping. Around that same time, I felt called to revisit my fine art roots. I've been making art my whole life, since I could hold a crayon in my hand. But since the advent of personal computers, I was primarily a digital artist. After digging my old art supplies out of the attic, I found I was pretty rusty. But it found it so calming and meditative that I made it a regular practice. Since then, my art has evolved into what I'm calling interdimensional art or interdimensional art. Yet another form of channeling, the images and messages emerge through the art, and the results are amazing. The energetic frequencies that are coming through the arts are undeniable. While I am not the first person to engage in this type of channeling, I am indeed an avid practitioner of the art. Behind me are a few of my recent paintings that I am making available in the form of fine art prints. These high-quality giclée prints are printed on 100% archival paper using archival certified light-fast inks meant to last a lifetime. Each print includes a certificate of authenticity and a handwritten thank you note by myself. If you would like to own one of these prints for yourself, I've included a link in the video description below. Thanks for watching.